Hello there, Internet. This week in One Piece, what has been going on recently with everybody coming back from being toys, and we can actually see the onslaught going on here. There is a thing now of, or at least we do pick up after what kind of happened with everybody becoming toys, or at least, well, them regaining their human bodies again, everybody going crazy. Getting past the first part, which a lot happened with all of the reactions and everything else. Apparently, Sabo is the one who gets the Mera Nomi and eats it, and uses Ace's abilities to to save Rebecca and Bartholomew, and leaving Jesus and the other dude to fall in the middle, saying that technically he is the winner because because he broke the ring and they all fell through. So honestly, there are a few things in which that I do like about this chapter, which that I will get into a little bit later. But as far as the recap portion of this goes, we do actually get to see they finally get Sabo back in his original attire, which is just his long jacket, his fluffy pants, pointy shoes, and his top hat with his goggles, which is honestly pretty cool to see him rocking that again. You know, just to finally get to see a actual perfect look of a grown-up Sabo now, which it is a bit jarring, but he does kind of have like a little scar across his face, or somewhat of a singe mark. And honestly, it is a pretty cool thing. And also, we do learn a little bit about what all the things that he's accomplished over the years, which that he is the second in command under Dragon. So he is the number 2 of the Revolutionary Corps, which honestly is a pretty cool feat for him to have, along with him pretty much still claiming to be Luffy's older brother, and also him having some of the, I would say, him honestly proving to be connected to the lady who was helping out Luffy earlier. So honestly, it is pretty cool to see that Luffy also does kind of have useful connections within his father's regime. So that is pretty cool. Leading on to all of that, most of the pirates, they do now going back down to what happened with Usopp is still hurt, and all of the pirates there are pretty much saying praise Usopp, because Usopp is the hero who saved them all, because some of them have been toys for over 10 years, and they are honestly praising the guy now. And pretty much with Usopp using this to his advantage, he pretty much says, just go. He tells every single member there he tells every single one of the pirates there and everybody else who owes the Straw Hats to pretty much just destroy the factory. And that's where pretty much that goes, because now the Straw Hats, they don't have to deal with this all on their own. They pretty much can just go ahead and just say pretty much, yeah, I need everybody else to go out there and do our dirty work now. So there's pretty much that. Then honestly, leading back up into the throne room, Kuros is honestly putting in work, pretty much destroying everybody in the throne room, along with giving Luffy and Violet the opportunity to free Law. However, Law pretty much still being super serious Law, and honestly still hasn't gotten that. Pretty much once you say that you are Luffy's friend, you are his friend to death. And pretty much he's like, yeah, Luffy, we are enemies now. You shouldn't save me. And Luffy's like, shut up, man. I'm having a hard enough time, man, just trying to get these chains off. Which is honestly a pretty cool thing of Luffy. And honestly, it is pretty nice to kind of see a serious guy like Law not necessarily stand the kind of devotion to pretty much friendship as that Luffy has. I mean, you know, it's part of his character, and honestly, Luffy kind of pulls it off in a way in which that he is super simplistic, but yet at the same time, it's like, it always shocks the super serious people, because Law is super dynamic, or at least like super super diplomatic, where Luffy is way more straightforward. So there's always that. However, going back into what I did like about this chapter, saying is that I'm about to uncover the since I'm jumping into what I liked about this thing, is the fact that Doflamingo, even with his head being cut off, is still a badass. Or at least like so badass that honestly he is still alive, in which that he's talking about using a brand new ability in which that we've never seen before, or using some type of item which is known as the birdcage, and that as soon as Sabo gets the Mera Nomi, it's to the point in which that he's like, I don't know how to fucking use this fucking thing. You know, he's like pretty much just shooting fire everywhere, and pretty much he even has to tell Ace, pretty much I'm going to use one of your abilities. Well, now Ace has had that fruit ever since he was like a preteen. So pretty much he had some years to master it. Sabo, on the other hand, is just like how Luffy was when he first got his gum fruit. It was the same thing with Luffy, in which that the first few years of him having it, it was a problem with him learning how to actually master it and use it in combat. Well now the Mera Nomi should be a little bit easier to kind of like master. However, it is honestly kind of nice to pretty much see characters try and swirl theirs around the learning, swirling it around like an actual learning complex, in which that they have to learn how to use these fruits. Not so much for Marshall D. Teach, because even with the first two, because even with the Getter Nomi and the fucking, I forget the gravity fruit, that one, I forget the Japanese name for it, but I mean, like, I forget the actual name for the two fruits in which that Marshall D. Teach used, but honestly, for the ones that he has and the fruit that he took from Whitebeard's body, he instantly knew how to fucking use those. So there's kind of a thing there. But honestly, I do kind of like, for everything in which that this chapter does, it kind of has been building more and more and more, and I do honestly like it, because everything that's kind of happening here, it's still fresh and new, but yet it is the same type of thing, which kind of always happens. So honestly, I am happy that all the build-up did honestly pay off. So pretty much that's what I got to say about that. What do you guys think about it? Please tell me down in the comments section. I'll catch you on the next John Graves show. So please keep watching anime, keep playing video games. I'll catch you on the next John Graves show. I am out.